Hi guys and girls on YouTube, and welcome to my channel. In this video we're going to be looking at a vintage TV. Now I think this is a very vintage one-off TV. I don't think you'll ever see another one like this ever again. Now I've just pulled it out from under my bench. It's been stood here for I've had it at least 10 or 11 years and I've never even looked at it. That's just how I received it. I got it in a house clearance from somebody who died, and along with some other electrical equipment. So it's a little bit quiet in the workshop at the moment, so I thought we'd just pull it out and take a look at it. Now the top of it's very dirty because it's been here that long, but underneath it's in remarkably good condition. So we'll just take a quick look and then I'll move it onto a bench, and I'll tell you why I think you'll never see one of these ever again. Right, I've managed to struggle it on my bench. So what's good about this TV that makes it so unique, apart from the absolute mint condition it's in? Well, the clue is when we turn it round. So here's the back of the TV. And here's the clue that gives it away. That back is homemade. Now, when we take the back off the TV, the whole TV has been hand built by somebody. And I would imagine that this case, I think one time you could buy empty cases to build your own telly in. I would imagine that is just a ready bought case, and somebody's made the back. So let's get the back off and have a look inside. I don't know whether I dare risk plugging this in. I might have a go. I might run it from a variac, but I would imagine that this is all going to end in disaster. So let's get the back off first. Right, now I don't know whether we're going to be able to plug this in or not because there's all wires hanging down. But let's have a quick look at it first and then think about it. So we'll start in the bottom here. That's a strange thing. It looks like an audio. Let's pull all these out first. It looks like a homemade audio amplifier on a chassis, and that could be a 6V6, and it definitely connects to the speaker, and also there's some wires there which might connect to an external speaker. But there's a valve in the middle there with the I don't know whether it's the anode or the grid. But it seems to be connected to some oscillator coil, so I don't know why you'd have that and a valve amplifier, but you can see the chassis homemade there. In fact, somebody's actually scribed in the words top there on the bottom of the case. Now if we move over to this here, this would appear to be the EHT pack, and it's obviously mains derived EHT. It's a huge great transformer. There's 3 valves there, and there's also, get the camera in, some big high voltage capacitors there with some plugs soldered on the top. So I'm thinking that is probably where these two go. Now one of them seems to be connected to the anode cap of a big valve there. So what I'm actually thinking here is these two chassis, well actually I say 2 chassis and there's actually 3. There's a power pack one, but if we move these wires here, you can see that chassis is completely separate to that, and it's been screwed together by this connecting strip. Now these look like EF50s. What I'm actually thinking is these chassis are government surplus. And that's probably an IF strip from some sort of radar unit, and this could be the time base for the actual radar tube. And I'm thinking that somebody's bought these in surplus. That's probably been, the IF's probably been retuned for TV use, and these have probably been modified to drive a TV tube. Because if we look at the back, this aluminium piece here, this has all been made. Now it's been made with somebody with a great deal of engineering skills, because if you look at the bends, they're absolutely perfect. Now this is aluminium. The other chassis apart seem to be made from tin or tin plate. So let's see if we can get the camera down the other side. And also, if we look there, we've got some sort of military connector. I don't know whether that's where the aerial went in when this was used as a TV. You can see the valves. That's the 6v6 there. That's got the government marking on. That's also got the government marking on. The tube, that is an MW31 140 Mullard, which I've already looked on the internet, and that seems from a date from about 1936, I think he said on the internet. I'm not sure what that is, because the anode cavity button seems to be there. And if we take a look into the bottom, that seems to be, get move a light up there, that seems to be the cap on this wire that I would imagine plugs onto there like that. So for some reason part of this has been disconnected. Now it could be that it's failed and it doesn't even work, but I would imagine at some time it's been used. Let's take another look at the bottom. But I'm not sure why you'd have controls on the back that are actually inside. When you put the back on, you can't get to them controls. See if we can get the camera in. It's still in its case, so we don't have a lot of light inside. Right, now I've undone these two screws here and here, and for some reason it lifts up a bit, but it doesn't want to pull forward. I don't know how you get it out. It seems to be something to do with the plastic fascia on the front that's fastened to the tube. So I think we're going to leave that because I don't want to damage it trying to actually get it out. Right, so what I have managed to do is I've undone the screws here, and I found the power pack comes out pretty easy with this huge great transformer on, and so I've unplugged that. Let's get this onto a bench and have a good look at it and see if there's any identifying marks on it that might give a clue as to where it originally came from. Right guys and girls, so I've managed to get the power supply out alright, because that just plugs in. The first thing you'll notice is somebody's had an aluminium panel there with a fuse on, but when I look at this closely, I thought it was just one chassis. It's actually two separate chassis, and it's fastened together by this strip of steel. And if you look on there, there's another one of them military connectors. So let's turn it on its side. That's it. And you can see down the middle where the chassis are separate, where they join. Now the strange thing is, there's a knob on a potentiometer there, and if you look where it is, it's on the back of them valves. I wouldn't like to put my hand over there to adjust that when the thing's running. So let's turn it upside down and see if there's any identifying marks on it, and we'll have a look, see what this piece is as well, because it's obviously not, I don't think it's anything to do with the EHT. It might be, but let's get it upside down and have a look. Well guys and girls, as you can see when I turn it upside down, it is indeed two separate parts screwed together. Now I really don't know what to think about this. The plot deepens. The fact that the valves are split down the middle with screening cans tend to suggest tuned circuits. And there's a little transformer there. It looks like it might be a frame output transformer. There's another valve there. I think it's an EA50, I'm not just sure. So I can't make my mind up whether this whole lot is homemade or it's something that's been bought in and converted. I'm still leaning towards the fact that it's something military surplus that's been converted. And if we look at this capacitor there, that doesn't look like the other capacitors in it. There's something about it looks different, like it might have been added on. So we'll just have a look, because there is a marking here on this transformer. I don't know if you can see it. It says ADM PAT. Now I wonder if that's Admiralty PAT. And there's a number which is very difficult to read. I just see it there right at the end. W36 something. So what we'll do is we'll turn it on the other side and have a look at the other side. Now here on the top there's actually another one of them military connectors, and if we look under there, it actually goes onto that coil there. Let's move over to these capacitors. Now they look daily. That looks more in keeping with the whole of the thing. Just see if there's any date on it. No, I'm not seeing a date on there. Let's take a look at the top now then. Right, so the valve line up in these metal cans are 6SH7. There's 3 of those. I'll just turn it round. The one with the top cap is a 6Q7G, and the little one is actually a miniature 6V6. That could be a 5U4 equivalent. What's that? VT244, and I presume these were the top caps on are the HT rectifiers. That's a better view. Right, now apart from these sockets that have been fastened onto the high voltage rectifier, I've also noticed there's another couple of sockets there from something, and round here, turn it round, it's incredibly heavy. There's also a 3-pin connector there which is connected with screen leads. Now that 3-pin pattern seems to tie in with another plug that's hanging down in the unit itself. So I really don't think we're going to be plugging this in. One, because it's it looks like it's mains derived EHT, and without knowing actually more about what we're doing, it's probably not a good idea. Right, that's a better view of what appears to be the sound output stage with this strange oscillator coil on. As you can see there, somebody's put a heat shield between the valve underneath and the smoothing capacitor. So, very curious. A lot of unanswered questions, and I'm sure that somebody might know a bit more about this. I still think it's military, and I still think it's built from probably odd bits of a radar assembly, or I don't know, something from a ship. But if you want to leave it in the comments, guys and girls. Right, now that's interesting. There's a 3-pin plug here with screen wire on, and it seems to match the socket down there. Now I was wondering why that won't reach down there, as if it didn't plug in there, but I don't know if you can see down there in the cabin there's a hole where we can actually drop that wire through, just like that. So it does plug into that side down there. There we go, that's where that goes. Right, well that would be that would appear how it all goes together. So we just left with 2 mains connectors, a 2-pin one for the power pack. Right, so against my better judgment, I have just decided to plug this in. There seems to be 2 plugs. This one feeds the sound stage, and this one seems to feed the main TV. Well, I plugged this into a variac, and on the power supply side there's no valves lit up, and there's no valves lit up in the TV, so presumably that's actually what's wrong with it. But the one for the audio amp down there, I've plugged that in, and I found that these on the back, which I thought were connections for an extension speaker, aren't. They're actually gram inputs, and on the side here is a clicky switch which must go between TV sound and gram. So there we go, everybody. If you look at the audio amplifier, you can see the valves lit up. I've set it on the side here. I presume that's the TV sound or external input gram sound. I presume that's the volume control. I've set it to gram, and I'll just give you a quick demonstration. If we touch this on the back with a screwdriver now, we've got a good mains hum. So obviously the audio amp part is working. It's the TV side that's not working. So whether I'm ever going to get around to looking at this, because at the moment I'm a bit busy, but I've got some other videos in the pipeline, so I think this will just have to go on the to-do list. Alright guys and girls, thanks for watching my video, and I'm sure I'll see you in the next one.